Everyone, I'm Bhavesh, and I'm going to talk about Codefair, this app we're developing to help you make your biomedical research software fair without breaking a sweat. And the first question you may ask is, what is FAIR? And you probably heard about it through other talks, but briefly, the FAIR principles are high-level instructions for making research outcomes reusable. And there's a specific version for research software which include principles such as software is assigned a globally unique and persistent identifier, software is described with rich metadata, and 15 other such principles that have been widely adopted and supported by researchers, scientific publishers, and even funders such as the NIH. And making software fair simply means complying with each of those FAIR principles. And so the next question then is how to make research software fair. And we faced this question a couple of years ago as we were required to make one of our NIH-supported software fair. And as you saw, the FAIR principle just provides some high-level instructions. And so what we did is establish some actionable guidelines for making software fair that we call the FAIR BioRS guidelines. And they include elements such as include a license file, include a code meta and citation metadata file, archive each version of your software on Zenodo, and many other such items. And we thought, great, now anyone can follow these guidelines and make their software fair. But unfortunately, there are still many challenges. Many researchers are not aware of FAIR or not aware of some of the elements that we have in the FAIR BioRS guidelines. And the process can also be very time-consuming. For instance, for each release of your software, you have to update the release date, the version number, the authors, and many such things at various different locations. And so we eventually got annoyed with implementing our own guidelines, and we started to develop GitHub Action and other automations to make our software fair. And then we thought maybe not everyone is familiar with those, so maybe we should package that into a format that's more accessible for everyone. And that's how Codefair was born. It's a free and open source GitHub app that acts as your personal assistant for making software fair. All you have to do is install the app on the GitHub repository of your software, and then develop your software as usual, and just track and address FAIR compliance issue through the Codefair GitHub issue. And this is what the GitHub issue looks like. It's opened as soon as you install the app, and it's updated with each new commit to the main branch. It's designed like a dashboard, which lists all the requirements for making your software fair. Requirements that are fulfilled are checkmarked. Those that are not, you have a button that takes you to the Codefair website, where you can learn more about the issue and address it through a convenient interface. And so, for instance, for the metadata files requirement, rather than preparing the citation and code meta file manually, you can provide all the information through this form-like interface, where some of the information is even pre-populated automatically as Codefair pulls some of the information from your repository. And once you have provided all the information, you can simply click on this push to repository button, and Codefair will create those citation and code meta files in the right format with the right schema and everything, and submit a pull request to your repository. And once you merge that pull request, you'll see that the metadata file requirement is also a check mark. And we're just getting started here. Currently, Codefair only has support for the license and metadata file requirement. We don't have any support for this project, so it's just a bunch of us doing it on the side. But we're hoping we will add more features soon to support all the requirements for making software fair and even beyond. So you can imagine that this combination of GitHub issue, user interface, automated pull requests provides endless opportunities to support researchers so they can focus on the goals of their software and not worry with everything else around it. We, as researchers, already have so much to worry about, and now we are asking us to make this fair and this and that. And so we are hoping Codefair will address some of that. And to do that, we really need your support. So please go to codefair.io, install the app, and start making your software fair without breaking a sweat. Thank you.